Mm. Here we go. We back, y'all. How y'all doing? Good morning, America. I'm your host. I'm back. Emos, the witness. The F.I.L.L. Show, episode 6. Yeah, we made it, y'all. End of the week. It's Friday. Before I continue, let me don't forget the F.I.L.L. Show. What the fuck I look like. Join me. Before we again hit that like button, subscribe YouTube. You can catch me downtown on East Market Street, Wave 1 Media. Come down here and get you a show, y'all. With my man, Malik. My man Wyatt, two of the hardest working men in the Midwest. So like I said, I'm your host, Emos the Witness, the F.I.L.L. Show. Bringing you a fresh, hot, new podcast, bringing the most taboo political perspectives. I seek to not only bring you the daily news, but to tackle the day's past and current issues as witnesses. Join me, y'all. I'm just a messenger. I'm the middleman. Together, we will explore all these truths and half-truths, these mishaps, this corruption out here in this world. Tired of hearing all the bullshit, all the nonsense. So you and I together, we will travel and navigate this world together. We're going to dive into the articles. We're going to dive into the history. We're going to dive to the morals and the ethics. Oh, excuse me. Apparently my phone is playing. I'll let you hold on to that. So I got a little, like I said, this is the episode 6 of the F.I.L.L. Show, live, every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday downtown, 10 to 11. Sometimes we start a little early, sometimes we start a little late. But that's what you got. You got an authentic homegrown production. I've never done this before. My first show, my first podcast. So this intro, sometimes, you can learn that I run on tangents, but I also run on truth. I also run on secure, quality content. Okay? We've been fed a lot of bullshit the last 4 years. And today, as of today, we still don't get enough information, not enough news. So I'm here to bring it to you as I see it, as I've been witnessing it. And together, you and I will be witnesses. We're diving this together. So let's get to it. Let's cut off this intro music. Let's bring out some low, my man Malik, on the ones and twos. He's going to bring me some nice little background music so we can get into the news. Dive into what's been going on this week. It's been a long week. We made it to Friday, December 18th, 2020. Various topics to go over. We got the election. We got the stimulus, right? Oh, we got the COVID, right? Like I said, before I begin, I want y'all to hit that subscribe button on YouTube, like my page, subscribe, hit that notification button so you can catch all the latest videos. Like I said, live Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. Wave 1 Media. Emos, the witness, the F.I.L.L. Show. Fuck I look like. And together, let's get into it. We're going to check some motherfuckers this year. Tired of all the nonsense. Voter integrity. Two-tier justice systems, corruption, incoming censorship. I don't know what this new administration is going to bring, but we're going to find out. We're going to hold them accountable. There's a lot to be sorted out still. December 18th, as you know, the elections were recently certified by the electors, right? There's still lawsuits pending. There's still a fighting chance for the president. It's a puncher's chance. We'll get into that too as well. We'll see what happens with that. But of course, the official date is January 6th, where we see the Congress actually certify these votes, these electoral results as well. What will we see? We got a North Carolina state senator claiming that President Trump should invoke the Insurrection Act. Ooh, we got a lot of interesting things coming down the pipeline in the next few weeks, the next couple months. America's known for surprises, right? Happy New Year coming around the corner. Christmas. You ready for that stimulus check? We'll get into all that. Right now, it's been kind of I got a little prediction. I think that something's going to happen between now and January 6th. But we're going to talk about that. And we might have to lead into that into Monday's episode because we got a lot to talk about today. And I want to blow your head up over on a Friday afternoon. Y'all they got Christmas shopping to do. You got headaches on the way. So, all right. Let me get going. As I said, the COVID update. As you know, Pfizer and Moderna are in the leading the way on this vaccination. As I mentioned to you guys last episode, that the vaccine for Pfizer was released on Monday. Looks like Moderna is on the way. You know, the first dosage of 184,275 vials were issued on Monday. Tuesday, we had another 390 doses, and the first round should be done by Wednesday. So we see that with this progress making. Now we have Friday. We have 4 million doses is what the goal is by the end of 2020, with 100 million people vaccinated by the end of the first quarter of 2021. So we'll see how that goes. Like I said, the vaccination started with healthcare workers and the elderly. As we know, Sandra Lindsay, the most recent Jeopardy question, she was the first lady to be vaccinated, said she felt hopeful. And as you know, we got people doing the vaccination dance now. If you just show a little clip of that, people are actually getting kind of elated now. We got a little more optimism coming, right? We got a little more enthusiasm coming, right? Are we still focused on a dark winter? Are we still nervous about what the future holds regarding this virus? Are we finally doing things like this? Are we getting our dance on? Or are we doing like Tom Cruise? Are we doing Tom Cruise? Look at Tom Cruise going off.
I don't ever want to see it again. Ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. And I see you do it again, you're gone.
Oh shit, Tom. Tom's not playing, is it? Damn. Tom wants you to wear that mask on set. Ever quit fucking with Tom. Y'all know how many movies Tom Cruise has been in since he's been Mission Impossible, Kung Fu Kicking. Remember that movie with Jamie Foxx where he was a murderer, a serial killer? He will fuck you up. Tom Cruise probably got that sitting on Palpatine shit where the electricity come out his fucking fingers. He's been in the game so long. You know them stunts. You know them stunts. He done picked up some shit. I think he was like a kung fu master in China one movie. Every Mission Impossible, he jumped out of a damn plane or he's, you know what I'm saying, he's blowing up some shit. You don't want to fuck with Tom Cruise. Did you hear that? Wear your fucking mask, okay? Vaccine or no vaccine. Tom Cruise coming for that neck. Right, Justin Bieber? You don't want none of that. Shit. But yeah, like I said, you can go that route or you can be like these dancers, right? Get your dance on, get your groove on, because we have a vaccine, y'all. Did President Trump come through? Did he come through for the American people? I mean, apparently these first responders feel that way. Check out these moves. I mean, I don't know if this is a promotional campaign or what. Did they get like an email, like a mass email? Look, they just started and stopped. They just said go on and go. Videos playing. Look at that. These motherfuckers are choreographed. I mean, the vaccine just came out like 2 days ago. Was this last week's practice? You guys looking really good. Really good. This shit is coordinated. Look, what the fuck is that? I love you too, yeah. See, everybody's happy now. See, that's what I'm saying, man. I really, part of me feels like this whole pandemic has been kind of politicized, man. I mean, no one does Michael Jackson moves in a two-day turnaround time. Definitely, you're working that hard in healthcare. You've been in the hospital for like a year. You moonwalking in 2 days after the vaccine? But I'm happy though. I'm proud of that. I'm good. I'm not taking the shit. I mean, that's just me personally. Currently, as I feel today, I'm gonna hold back. Me and my wife are gonna talk about it over the weekend. Over a hoagie. I might watch some football. A lot to think about. I mean, I don't even get the flu shot right now. I haven't got the flu shot since never. I got to jump right into the COVID? I got to think about that, America. I don't know. I'm dancing like that. That shit was too coordinated. Shout out to TikTok, man. Anyway, what else is going on? Let me get back into this COVID information. I need to be knowing what's going on. Like I said, the healthcare workers are happy. The American public in a few months will be getting the dosages as well. So get ready for that. We just posted by early spring is what I'm hearing. We got a home test now. See if I can find that article. I think there's a home test now as well. And by the way, shout out to CVS and Walgreens. I guess going to be leading the way with this vaccine. So I'm trying to show y'all the positive sides, give you some information on where you can find this shit. And then, I'm letting you know, hey, you really know. I'm thinking about not doing it. But when I say I don't think about doing it, that's when we dive into the facts and the truth, and I bring out the articles and we discuss it. And we come to a conclusion together as witnesses. So hit that like button, subscribe to YouTube, the notification button. We downtown. Wave One Media with my man Malik and Wyatt, two of the hardest working men in the Midwest. Wave One Media. You can check me out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Only episode 6, y'all. Warming up. I'm liking this. I'll be able to bring you more content, more information, more video, more articles. We'll get better at this. We'll grow together as a group. And then we sit back and look around at each other and say, we all grown, right? I'm not here by myself. We're together. We're witnesses. Don't attack the messenger. And don't let me get on tangents. Let's get back into it. Now, the FDA authorizes first home coronavirus test that doesn't require a prescription. Let's read it up on this. That's interesting. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration on Tuesday authorized the first coronavirus test that people will be able to buy at a local store without a prescription and use for immediate results at home to find out if they are positive or negative. Tests cost about $30, be available in January. Administered by some Australian company. I'm not going to say the name because I'm America first, baby. The FDA has previously authorized other tests that let people avoid long lines by collecting a sample themselves at home. But those tests require people to send the sample labs and wait for results. Another recent authorized test doesn't have to be sent off to a lab, but it requires a prescription to get it. This one doesn't require a prescription, y'all. So get your test on if y'all want to be secretive at home. You don't wait in line. You don't want that young intern healthcare worker sticking that Q-tip up your nose, fucking your whole brain up. You got to sue class action. You don't want that possibility, do you? Miss Emily, fresh out of IU. Miss Prickly. Don't you hate that motherfucker? Hey, how you doing? Ah, shit. Where the old Ethel at? Bring Ethel out. The experienced one. The vet. Get your ass out of here. Go in the lobby. Read a book. You ain't sticking me. Do it myself. Okay, see, I'm going off again. Emos Witness, y'all. Hit that subscribe button. Like me on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Website coming soon, emoswitness.com. I like this beat. Thanks a million. Shout out to Wave One Media. Come here and get y'all a show. So about this vaccine, to close out this topic. So like I said, we got it going on. We got Operation Warp Speed kicking. We're showing the leadership of the current administration, showing y'all what he's going to be doing, what he's been doing, how productive he's been with this, and how he's been leading this virus, among other things he's been successful at while being investigated for the last 4 years. See, Trump's going to end up being, if he loses, if he fails legislatively or in the courts, he's going to be like that Bagger Vance character. He's going to walk off and fade off into the sunset and shit. We're going to be like, oh, shit, we miss him. We fucked up. Where is he now? Give me some island somewhere just chilling. They'll come back with an even orange or tan. Hey, he's back. We saw he fucked up. You were right the whole time. It was a 2-tier justice system. Why am I fucking about talking like that? Cause we could be suffering, man. Dark winter? I'm gonna explain that to you later. But, you know, it'd be a possibility that if Trump doesn't succeed, you know, and get a second term, that it's gonna be like, damn, I really missed that girl. What happened to her? She was special to me. I took her for granted. I didn't know she did all this. Or like that worker who does all the fucking work, you didn't appreciate him. And then he quits or he leaves, and you finally see all the work that he really did. Like, damn, he did a lot of shit. I didn't do shit. We need to hire somebody else so they can do this shit. I ain't doing this shit. That's how America is right now. We got to fix that, y'all. We're too immature. So let me fast forward. Yeah, like I said, the virus is under control. Looks like not under control. We getting some shit going on. I can't say that because we got, you know, per Johns Hopkins, we have a current death rate right now. We're looking at, what? We're hearing 247, 356 new cases, and 3,656 fatalities since Wednesday, as of Wednesday, per Johns Hopkins. So we can't take this lightly, but we can definitely be hopeful and watch out for the dancers and the politics behind it and around it, such as, acid reflux. Gotta lose this weight, y'all. But yeah, so the at-home test kits, a 97% accuracy rate, and we also got my man Mike Pence taking a vaccine today. He said he felt good. We even have the current upcoming maybe administration chiming in on the COVID. Miss Kamala Harris, y'all. We haven't heard from her in a while, or if at all, but she's our second in command. Let's see what she has to say about the pandemic, the stimulus, and the COVID, and what's going on. We're going to play this video clip from Good Morning America.
When you're talking about how
man,
to work together,
Kamala
and come
Harris.
together, knowing there are people in need, what needs to be
She scares me, y'all.
or assured to make sure that it gets passed?
Robin, I'll tell you, I don't understand the hesitation. The people are suffering.
Yeah.
You know, the numbers I saw, 1 in 6 families in America are describing their children as being hungry. The number of small businesses that have had to permanently close or are in fear of permanently closing. The moratoriums on evictions and foreclosures are about to end. The people here in Washington, D.C. have got to stop living in a bubble. The people have a right to expect that their leaders in Congress see them and act in their best interest. You know, I can speak for Joe and me. We were elected to do a job, and we intend to bring everybody along who wants to do the job with us.
And let's go a little bit further. Let's let that play a little bit longer, if we could.
He has said
I want to show you guys about this
100-day
vaccination.
mask mandate.
Mask mandate.
Other than that, what
100 days.
specifically will this administration
Need a little clarity
do
on
to
that.
turn this pandemic around?
Yeah, and the 100 days of the mask, he's urging, like there's no punishment. They don't have to, but he is saying as a leader, please, everybody, work with me here. For the first 100 days, let's everybody just wear a mask and see the outcomes there. Because, of course, the scientists and the public health officials tell us there'll be really great outcomes if everyone does wear a mask when they're in public. It is about getting through the pandemic, around making sure that everyone has access to the vaccine and that they take it.
And how do you go about doing that when you know there's so much mistrust, especially in the community of color?
And that means about listening to the people. It means about remembering history and why people feel the way they do. And then also reminding folks, this vaccine is just about one thing and one thing only: saving lives.
Okay,
Now
thank you,
the
Malik. I
Vice
appreciate that.
President-elect.
See, I mean, there's a lot of twisting of words right there, but it's not. She's not really saying anything that's reforming you, that's securing you or keeping you hopeful, optimistic that this shot's gonna be good for you, right? I mean, I'd rather get the facts. I'd rather get Operation Warp Speed. What's going on? What's the data? Give me the percentages. You know, don't strike fear in me. You know, and I just think that that's what Kamala Harris. She plays a lot of politics, and I think so does Joe Biden. I mean, they're talking about distribution. Like we don't have a mass distribution currently going on as we speak. Like there's not anything going on as far as leadership. You know, I showed you back, I think episode 2 or 3. I showed you a video of Joe Biden, a contract between President Trump and Biden, how they're handling this pandemic. One wants to deflect and ignore the great things that are being done, the therapeutics, the vaccinations, the early. Come on, when we set records of 2 vaccinations in under a year. Cut through the red tape. You gotta give respect due. I'm not. This is not opinion. These are articles and facts that we see out here. You know, this is me sorting through the politics for you, but we can witness what we're seeing. Who's telling us the truth out here? You know. So we have help that's on the way. We've had a few allergic reactions to some of these vaccinations recently. You know, yesterday I think a woman had caught allergic, which is okay. So I just think that the message is not matching up with the results and what the facts are. We have to make sure that we keep a measured approach and stay vigilant. We can't let these politicians scare us and keep us in our house. We got to watch the numbers. We got to stay out here. We got to wear this mask. We got to stay 6 feet apart. We got to get this vaccination. You know, but let it be a choice. There's no mandatory. As American people, we want our freedoms too. If I want to die and not take a vaccine, that's my choice. If you want to take a vaccine and stay safe, that's your choice. But give me a choice. You know, don't make anything mandatory. And that's what the true patriots want. You know, that's what we want. Let's be responsible with how we handle this pandemic. I've been on this topic for a while. Let me move on to the stimulus. You know, because that's important. People are suffering financially right now, supposedly. So let's dig into what all our leaders are getting into and what's going on with that heading into the Christmas season. So, all of our leaders met Wednesday claiming progress on the pandemic relief. They're hopeful that the current bill can pass both chambers, and they can reach agreement soon. Now, we thought they were going to reach agreement this Friday, but now we're looking like that it may extend a little beyond that. So we have a $900 billion bill is what they're looking at. Will include a $300 unemployment extension for 4 months. It does not include any retroactivity with that. So all you people out here thinking you get $300 retro back 4 months and get paid. Nah, that's not going to happen this time. Good luck. So $330 billion for small businesses and vaccine distribution. Like I said, I'll go along. See, I never understood that. How are you going to pass a bill that includes vaccine distribution and we currently have Operation Warp Speed going on? So I guess maybe that's just maybe added benefit. Maybe that's added support. So I'll leave that at that. But like I said, a lot of times these bills are passed with politics in mind to get that hat tip for your votes. Speaking of votes, we'll be talking about the Senate election results and where we currently stand with the early voting. See where we stand with the Georgia race, and that's very important. So they actually want to attach this stimulus bill with the upcoming $1.4 trillion funding bill that also has to get passed in Congress before recess for the holiday. Some of the senators are upset, though, with the $600 stimulus check being low. They want that to be a little higher. Some are seeking $1,200. Senator Bernie Sanders is upset with that, but he's willing to compromise. He was threatening to block the bill. Also, some Republican senators are also upset. Also, some congressmen, too, are also upset with the $90 billion that is supposed to go through FEMA to provide state funding for local state funding to bail out states that were, I guess, harmed or damaged during the riots. I guess during the protests regarding some of the societal ills over the election season. That we, those liberal states we all know and love. So based on that, McConnell is saying that during these upticks may cause them to have to push the vote out to the weekend or to next week. So again, the rest assured though they will get it done. Said Congress will not leave until they have a vote on the stimulus package, but they're very optimistic in the government funding bill. So we'll keep you guys posted on that on Monday. We'll give you guys an update on that, where we stand with that information. Hopefully we get a check before Christmas. You guys will go out there and buy you guys that shake weight. You'll get a vote neck. So many weird items to buy nowadays on online shopping. I think I bought my mother-in-law a vote neck, which is basically a neck massager. Hope she don't get her ass shocked. Hope I don't do nothing crazy and she fuck around and go outside in the rain or something, or a snowflake hit the wrong angle on that motherfucker's neck. She gets zapped out. Shit, not my fault. We could blame vote neck. About $60, Amazon. Yeah, so hope they get passed soon, like I said, because the number of Americans filed for unemployment for the first time rose to 885,000 in the last 3 months, and the previous week it rose very significant. And don't forget the rent moratoriums are about to expire in 2 weeks, so we do need a stimulus package. The bill passed, but man, 885,000 people applied for unemployment for the first time in 3 months. Now, is that a testament to the financial ills of the society that we have? Or is that motherfucker saying, hey, I get $300 a week to sit on my ass. I might get out of trouble by the next 4 months. Let me go ahead and hit this file button. So I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, people walk around. I see people having a great season. I'm having a decent year. I mean, I'm being productive. Let me say that. But the suffering that I'm hearing in the news, the fear of financial panic, and then you look at the stock market and the increase and you see Bitcoin going off the chain, and you see all these new IPOs coming out. You're seeing the stock market doing great things. You're seeing these trade deals, and you're just thinking, man, I'm seeing something totally different. I'm seeing construction and production and houses being built around my city. So I'm just really trying to compare and contrast how I line up the rhetoric with the truth. And right now, it's just not adding up. It hasn't been added for several years, or for 4 years now. Let's get it right, media. That's why I'm here. Social media. I hear you witness. I've arrived. Emos the Witness. The F.I.L.L. Show. Episode 6. F.I.L.L. What the fuck I look like. Wave 1. Media. Come down to East Market Street. Get you a show. Hit that like button. Subscribe on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. My website's coming soon, y'all. I'm gonna bring y'all a lot of good shit, man. A lot of good content, some editorials, some videos, trying to keep it light sometimes, humorous if I can. I'm, trying to entertain you guys. I don't want you just doing all gritty politics all day, all week. So that's the election update for you guys. I mean, that's a stimulus update for you guys. Hopefully we'll get that check going soon. So let's get into the election update. So as I told you guys last week, the Supreme Court knocked down that Texas case where they wanted to challenge the swing states of Pennsylvania, Michigan, and Georgia, Wisconsin, all their voting irregularities. They got shut down based on pretty much not on merit, but on standing. So that's where they are with that. But, the Trump administration, the Trump campaign has vowed to continue to fight the legal way, continue the process all the way up until January 6th. So we keep posting on what's going on there. There's a lot of civilian lawsuits as well. But, it's uphill battle, uphill climb. But, man, it's, like I said, I have a prediction, a light prediction that something's going to go down before January 6th. I don't think Trump's going to accept these results as they currently stand, y'all. I'll tell you why. Because what you got going on is if you witness these cases that have been going on, if you witness what's been going on, a lot of judges have been revoking these cases based on, ill timing or lack of merit. Well, not lack of merit, but like poor timing or semantics. You didn't put a period or a dot here. For example, I think there was the Trump campaign had a case going on in Wisconsin where the judge said, "Why are you just now filing this now? If President Trump would have been leading in votes, you guys wouldn't be making this claim. So why are you making this challenge now?" And then I'm just I'm loosely paraphrasing. The Trump attorney came back and said, "Well, we did file early in advance, way before the election, a month before the election, we made this claim." And then the judge turned around and, at that time, a month and a half ago, the judge said, "It's too early. You don't have any basis. There's nothing going on. Until that happens, you can't file a lawsuit. Until that happens, you can't make this claim." Are these judges being lazy, or are they playing politics? Are they rogue? When can I file? See how it's difficult, and then you won't get these details in the news. So again, you have a lot of things that need to be investigated. You have, like I said, I think, I don't know how many affidavits, but these are sworn testimonies that have to be answered by some brave judge, whether that be after the election or before the election. So either way, you're going to get an answer. Okay, so like I said, Trump has a slim chance, but if you listen to our main North Carolina State Senator Bob Steinberg out of North Carolina, he wants Trump to declare a national emergency and declare the results invalid and invoke the Insurrection Act. Man. So let's pull up that article. I think that is very interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and skip the article about Pence taking a shot. Shout out to Vice President Pence taking the COVID shot. But check this out, y'all. Man, it's getting real crazy now. Well, I don't even have the damn article myself. Give me 1 second, America. Just going to my link here. Okay, here you go. I got it right here. So we'll get into this, you guys. Like I said, I just think that this is very interesting. This could lead to some craziness. Like I said, I got a prediction, January 6th. It may not go down all peaches and creams. It may not go down with dancing monkeys and toothbrushes. We may have an issue come January 6th if this guy gets his way. I don't know, my internet is down, which it is. Man, I am. Hold on 1 second. Actually, I'll just read from here. Actually, Malik, can you scroll down a little bit? Let me go ahead and read from here. So we got now on Facebook, North Carolina State Senator Bob Steinberg paraphrased a conservative commentary to make radical suggestion President Trump should declare a national emergency and suspend civil rights and remain in power over his baseless claims of election fraud. So, these claims being baseless and not have been addressed yet, you guys. These are the reasons why President Trump can be Michael Flynn brought this up too about a month ago. That President Trump, for the integrity of the American public, to secure these laws and the Constitution, he may just have to pull off some monumental shit that's gonna damn near piss people off, but also make people happy at the same time. This country's been divided for the last 4 years anyway. So hell, what's wrong with trying to do is to save the country, right? So, asked by a local TV station on Tuesday whether he stands by those comments, Steinberg doubled down, insisting that nefarious forces had corrupted President-elect Joe Biden's victory. You know, a lot of tampering, a lot of early voting. Democrats use a lot of aggressive tactics. Use every page in the book, and they're better at they're better at this. They're better at the political game than Republicans. Okay, they play the game very well. They have the media on their side. They have all the leverage. They have the power of the media speaking on their behalf, more so than ever. Calling elections early, utilizing early voting. I can't find my phone, but I have a stat that I think that showed 800,000 votes were. I think 800,000 votes. Let me pull this up. This is a very interesting stat that I found last night regarding the absentee ballots and the early ballots that were received. I thought this was amazing, you guys. Look at this, per Pew Trust, 24 million, or 1 out of 8 people. 1 out of 8 people, 24 million votes, or 1 out of 8 votes are considered no longer valid or inaccurate per Pew Trust. And Rand Paul has been harping about that for the last couple of days. 24 million, that's a lot. And in a lot of these swing states, the margins were so slim. You put that together plus the statistical anomalies, all the claims, all the affidavits, all the judges dismissing cases based on semantics and no merit. The Supreme Court not wanting to take the case because they feel like the state courts should be able to handle this. Other states pushing back, charging these swing states for their false moves. Laws being changed before the election that need to be run through legislation but not through appointed officials. All that stuff has to be addressed. Now you can delay all you want until we get to inauguration. You let Biden get elected, sworn in. That's fine. That's fine. And like I said, I just want everything investigated, researched and reviewed properly, re-strengthen the laws and the Constitution. And at the end of the day, you do that, and Joe Biden's your president, I'll take it. Fair and square. That's what we want. That's what we need. Voter integrity. So bring it to us. That's what we want. You give us that, we're okay. But if you continue to let these things linger, these issues linger, you don't address them, they will be addressed eventually. Don't get it twisted. But if you try to be corrupt and you don't want to investigate these things, don't be surprised if there's some insurrection act invoked. That Trump doesn't pull out the Trump card, right? So January 6th, you keep that in mind. It may not be over. It may be over for a big surprise. So let's read that quote that we got going on here from Senator Bob Steinberg, Republican out of North Carolina. He says, "There's something going on here bigger than what anybody is willing to talk about. I don't like conspiracy theories at all, but something is going on here that's bigger than meets the eye." Can you scroll up a little bit more? Thank you. Steinberg wasn't alone among GOP lawmakers in suggesting that Trump suspend civil liberties even after the Electoral College finalizes Biden's win on Monday. And Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell publicly acknowledged the Democrats' victory on Tuesday. Virginia State Senator Amanda Chase, Republican, on Tuesday also called for martial law, echoing a suggestion floated by Michael Flynn, the former National Security Advisor, pardoned by the president last month. Man, so you guys, just like I said, we'll stay posted on this, and we'll elaborate more further on Monday. The election, of course. We'll keep track every day about what's going on, and we'll keep an eye on this. This could be something, civil war. Man, I don't know, man. Like, this country's at a very big turning point right now, and we just kind of it's just like the calm before the storm, right? We just kind of waiting to see the other shoe to drop. Let's move on. Before I continue, let me make sure my Wi-Fi is on. My mobile hotspot. Okay. You ready to close this out, you guys? I don't want it to be too long for you guys. You guys gotta go get lunch. Get you a little lettuce wrap. So yeah, that's the elections currently going on. We got some insurrection going on possibly in the future. But let's go into, like I said, I mean, a lot of these cast of characters that are coming up in politics, the young Democrats, being led by the old guard, and some of the bills and the policies that they aim to pass going down the future is to me pretty scary. But luckily, hopefully, like I said, the Senate race coming up in Georgia that's currently going on. We have early voting. Is very important, right? Because if the Republicans lose both those races, the Democrats will be in control of the House, the Senate, and the presidency, and they can run rampant with laws and pass all kind of executive orders and pass all kind of bills that may not be in your favor. And and that's pretty scary. Definitely, if you think the election was stolen and you feel like 84 million people voted for Trump, and something that is not being looked into fairly, you'll be a little nervous about what's going to be happening. So this Georgia Senate race is important. The Republicans have to win one race between the two. And I want to pull up the current results and what the latest in the early voting is going on down in Georgia, because we need to have an update. So per 538.com, we have the current results of the election. Can you pull that up? I think that might be at your last link, Malik. The race for the Georgia Senate. Might be in your chat. Or the last one, the very bottom. It might be in the post, yeah. There you go. Right there, yep, the last one. There you go. So let's get an update on the race, you guys. We got Republican Senator David Perdue. He's running for election against Democrat John Ossoff. As of December 18th, Perdue is up 48.9% to Ossoff. The Democrat is down 48.2%. So we got a little optimism going on if you're a Republican or if you're a Trump supporter, that you have the Republican David Perdue is currently has a slight lead as of December 18th. The election not to the 5th. The final day is not to the 5th of January. So then we have, of course, Republican Senator Kelly Loffler facing the Democrat Rafael Warnock. She was appointed to fill former Senator Johnny Isaac's seat because he resigned. If you see right now, we have a tie as of December 18th between Warnock and Loffler, 48.4% of the votes, early voting coming in on the Georgia runoff. So that's where you currently stand. We'll stay posted on this. We'll keep track of this. Again, this race is very important because, a lot of people want to see the Republicans secure that Senate. We want to have some kind of gridlock in politics. At the time, everybody's acting so immature. You want to make sure these bills, these laws have some kind of counterweight. We can't have a one-sided government system. We didn't have it this time. Of course, the Democrats control the House. So we want to make sure we keep track of this race, and just for the sake of the American public as a whole, we want to see a balanced Congress that holds each other accountable. So let's hope that the Republicans get at least one of these elections right, fair and square. Because if we don't, we're going to have people like Ocasio-Cortez and Cory Booker spouting off about random things. Listen to this YouTube video clip of Ocasio-Cortez. She said something very interesting regarding the Affordable Care Act and how the Democrats have touted that as a success, and how she compares it to Trump's talk of the economy. Peep this out.
Is this the right video?
Yes. Okay. Thank you.
Once and for all.
Frankly, it's a huge reason why I ran for office and ran against a Democrat, because that hypocrisy can be just so rage-inducing for any person. For me personally, it was when I was waitressing and I would hear Democrats talk about why the Affordable Care Act was so amazing all the time and how this is the greatest thing ever and the economy's doing wonderfully. And frankly, it is the same trick that Trump pulls, which is, people touting the Dow as a measure of economic success when we're all getting killed out here. And so, do we need new leadership of the Democratic Party? Absolutely. But how do we ensure that when we shift, we don't even move further to the right? And that's the kind of thing that keeps me up when I think about what we're going to do moving towards the future.
I find that quote to be very interesting, right? I mean, I kind of agree with it a little bit. Definitely when it comes to the Affordable Care Act, touting the success. If you look into that policy, it was horrible. You can keep your doctor, you can't, premium skyrocketing, but all the while, and even to up to today, is being upheld as a bastion for the Democratic Party. And frankly, it's the only, I guess, notch in President Obama's belt as a success in his administration. If you ask me, I haven't seen anything this gentleman has done in the 8 years he was in office that I can point to as success, other than hope, the feeling of optimism. But that Affordable Care Act was, and still is, just a bad bill, a bad policy. And Democrats have held that up, while all the while other policies, other things have been suffering. So I could definitely agree with her on that, but I don't agree with her on the Trump portion of it. I mean, I understand that, Trump touts a strong economy and the stock market is rising, and she claims that all the while people are suffering while this is happening. But, I kind of beg to differ. I mean, I think about actually Trump opening the market to more Americans, to more. I mean, I know people my age and, from my race and background that are into investing now more than ever. Just hopping into different aspects of fractional sharing, jumping on Robinhood, diving into Bitcoin, just having various discussions about finances, about stocks and investing. And I don't think that happened since the last 4 years. People are the country's changing, and I think that we got to congratulate President Trump for opening the market up to the general public in all kind of ways, and corporate America and small businesses. Everybody's into investing now. Everybody's talking about it. And then you talk about the foreign policy success. You talk about the recommendation for Nobel Peace Prizes and the peace deals and the trade deals. All amongst going through an investigation. That's a difference. I see that a strong economy with progress being made along the way, and a lot of corruption being weeded out. And we're gonna get into all those facts because they're all out there. And like I said, the reason why I bring up these topics and the reason why I talk about these young political leaders, because I want to be able to put a spotlight on them. So like I said, I got a new project, a new plan going on where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 to 11 a.m., Wave One Media, hit that like button, find me on YouTube, Emos the Witness. We're going to dive into one character in Congress a day, and we're going to go back into history of what happened on that day in 2016. So we can find out what's going on in this world and what we were told, the truth and the lies. So again, that's the my thoughts on young Ocasio-Cortez, and I will spotlight her on Monday, or I might do Kamala Harris. But this is another young Democrat leader, Cory Booker. He wants to introduce a landmark college athletic bill, NCAA, like a Bill of Rights. Let's look into this a little bit. Just a day after the Supreme Court agreed to hear a case that challenges the limits on college athlete compensation, 4 Democratic lawmakers are introducing a bill that would change college athletics forever. The College Athletes Bill of Rights, written by New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, introduced on Thursday by Booker, Senator Richard Blumenthal, and Christine Gillibrand, and Jan Schakowsky of Illinois, is a landmark piece of legislation that seeks to grant college athletes numerous rights, while most recent college athlete bills have been focused on granting them rights to profit off their name, image, and likeness. Booker's bill goes way beyond that. So, they're already working on this. But Democrats want to go a little further. They want to do things like add revenue sharing and scholarships. Can you just go down a little more, Malik? I'm going to go ahead and read off your screen. Medical costs and health and safety standards. Now, I think it might be a good idea. I think it's a great idea. I mean, I think that anything that benefits the student athlete is always going to be, a good thing, in my opinion. But, again, this is another situation where you got young politicians on both sides that are pushing policies that are either already under review, and doing so, adding further headache or doing it for political points of recognition. So that's Mr. Cory Booker, what he's currently doing. And then also you got Democrat leadership trying to scrap the Electoral College. Let's look at this article. See, these are scary times. This is why the Georgia race is so important, because we have big changes can be coming where your voice can be rooted out. Your vote may not matter. That's why everything has to be looked into, and you have to keep fighting no matter what. It's not about the leadership, it's about the country. So again, per the Los Angeles Times, there's a possibility that we may have a fight against the Electoral College versus the popular vote. Let's face an ugly possibility squarely. President Trump could get elected a second time without winning the popular vote. Indeed, according to most experts, that's the only way he could be reelected. Let's hope that happens. By the way, let's hope that happens. By the way, this would almost surely prompt a chorus yet again for calls for scrapping the Electoral College, and I think that would be a mistake. I say that even as I acknowledge that President Trump has undermined the Electoral College legitimacy, not because he owes his election to it, but because of how he has behaved since taking office. One of the Electoral College's purposes is to broaden the president's mandate and agenda by forcing candidates to appeal to different parts of the country and not just rack up votes by one region or a handful of states. But previous presidents who didn't win the popular vote made a point of reaching out once in office beyond the coalition that elected him and to at least pretend to lead the whole country. So, the Electoral College allows representation for all the states. It allows for big states like New York and California not to overwhelm the process by all their population. That's why the Electoral College is so important. You can't go to a popular vote and drown out Iowa. Their votes don't matter. So we got to watch for these big changes that maybe come down the line. We have to keep fighting for these things. And we're going to spotlight these young leaders every day. And we'll go back in history. We'll start that on Monday on the Emos Witness Show. Subscribe, like my channel on YouTube. Hit that notification bar. You can also find me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, downtown, Wave 1 Media, 120 East Market Street, 10 to 11 a.m. Come down and get you guys a show. So just to recap, we went through the stimulus. We'll keep a follow up on that. Maybe hear about a vote by next week, or maybe over the weekend on that. Stimulus, vaccines are being distributed. There's optimism. And the election results, we got to watch out for a possible insurrection. But next week, we'll go into all that, update you on all that, and we'll go to local general news, and we'll also talk about the spotlight. We'll either do Kamala Harris or Ocasio-Cortez, and we'll go through a date in history of 2016. Some of those highlights would be addressing the Russian spying with Obama, Trump's final 2016 presser happened on the 18th of December. So we're digging into a lot of good things. You guys have a great weekend. Emos the Witness, I'm out.